It's that time of the year when your on-paper vacations become a reality, new resolutions are made for the new year, and for many, it's a time to buy an annual gym subscription. The year 2024 is coming to an end, and truly, it has been an eventful one to say the least. It's also the time we look back at the year that has gone by, the ups, downs, hits and misses, and gear up for what's in store in 2025. For starters, 2024 was the year of elections. Voters in more than 60 countries, or about half the world's total population, picked their leader. This included the United States, several European countries, and even India. Largely, it was a tough year for incumbents who lost power. Wars, rising prices, corruption, and even outright fatigue. Voters in several countries voted for change. Here in India, it was a year of tragedies too. Landslides, floods, and even man-made disasters in some cases led to several innocent lives being lost. Violence in the northeastern state of Manipur continues, even as the Modi government has failed to address the core issue. The Chief Minister of Manipur remains, and there is still no concrete measure in place to ensure that peace prevails in Manipur. So we decided to take a look at the year gone by and present some of our key takeaways from 2024. Hello and welcome to Simply Put. I am Shubham Chauhan. Let's get started. First, let's start with the India Alliance, an opposition bloc formed by about 26 political parties in 2023. The first half of this year saw this alliance prove several of their critics wrong. Very few believed they stood a chance heading into the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. After all, they were up against a formidable election machinery of the BJP. The opposition did have their backs against the wall in terms of money, power, resources, and organizational strength. Some chief ministers and their key aides were put behind bars. The Congress in the month of March said their bank accounts were frozen. All this at a time when the buzzword and narrative being pushed by the BJP and its IT cell was Char So Par. The opposition, with its safe constitution counter narrative, ensured the BJP juggernaut does not continue as expected. Eventually, the India Alliance won 234 seats in the Lok Sabha, with Congress alone winning 99. Many of the regional parties like Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh ensured the BJP faced a significant setback. The first parliament session after the Lok Sabha results, one could see an upbeat and confident opposition there, with Rahul Gandhi leading the charge from the front. The Lok Sabha results marked the beginning of a new chapter in the Rahul versus Modi battle. Now Lok Sabha LOP, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress-led opposition in parliament flexed its muscles and taking on the BJP with renewed energy. Which brings me to the next point. After the Lok Sabha elections, it's seemingly clear this momentum led to, dare I say, complacency within the opposition, especially the Congress party. The Grand Old Party lost an election in Haryana that was theirs for the taking. Many even say the Congress lost a winning battle, handing over Haryana to the BJP on a platter, all thanks to the infighting within their own ranks. And in November came the big blow in Maharashtra. The same safe constitution Adani narrative hardly found any takers in the state, as the Congress party fell to its lowest tally ever in the state of Maharashtra. The BJP Shiv Sena NCP Mahayuti dominated the Maharashtra election, with BJP recording its best ever tally in the state. After these two blows, there were questions raised whether Congress should be the fulcrum of the India Alliance. West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Chief Mamata Banerjee threw her hat in the ring in a way, with several allies backing her for leading the India Alliance. Differences were also seen more recently in the parliament, where reportedly some India allies were not happy with daily protests and interruptions by the Congress on the Adani issue. Going into 2025 with Delhi elections first and Bihar to follow, the Congress will have to regroup, iron out the differences with its allies, and go beyond with just the anti-BJP or anti-Modi narrative in order to present a proper alternative to the voter of India. Which brings me to the BJP. No doubt, the Bharatiya Janata Party's and particularly Prime Minister Modi's invincible image built up by its IT cell and even the media took a hit after the Lok Sabha results. From claims of winning 400 seats to the Prime Minister even calling himself unbiological, the Indian voters sent a clear message in the verdict. No one is invincible in politics, and that checks and balances is non-negotiable in a democracy. Having said that, Prime Minister Modi still remains the most popular leader in India, with Rahul Gandhi a distant second. Prime Minister Modi took oath for a record third term this time with allies like Chandrababu Naidu of the TDP and Nitish Kumar of the JDU by his side. For someone who has never worked in a coalition right from his Gujarat days as Chief Minister, the 2024 verdict led to Prime Minister Modi, while being the supreme leader, having to accommodate and adjust allies at the centre. In January this year, one of the biggest ideological goals of the BJP and the Sangh was fulfilled. The Ram Mandir was inaugurated with Prime Minister Modi leading the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. The Prime Minister was hailed subsequently for fulfilling the dreams of millions of Hindus. The Ram Mandir, on expected lines, was made into a big election issue. But as things would pan out, the BJP lost the Faizabad Lok Sabha seat, which includes the town of Ayodhya. There was another interesting aspect to the BJP this year, its equation with the RSS, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. BJP National President JP Nadda had said during the Lok Sabha campaign that the party, that is the BJP, has grown from the time it needed the RSS. Nadda said the BJP is now saksham or capable and runs its own affairs. The RSS, Nadda said, is quote-unquote an ideological front and does its own work. Reportedly, the statement ruffled too many feathers in the Sangh. It is widely believed that the Sangh's not-so-active approach in the BJP's Lok Sabha campaign led to the party's tally coming down from 303 to just 240. This reality check did send a wake-up call to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Saffron Party soon regrouped and charted a fresh strategy for the upcoming assembly elections. RSS's mega outreach in Haryana and Maharashtra, which included thousands of meetings, did contribute in the party showing in Maharashtra and Haryana. Now, how the BJP capitalizes on their Haryana and Maharashtra landslide win will be very interesting to watch.
I think the Haryana loss will hurt a lot. There was an election to be won. There was a government to be made. There was a chief minister to be installed. You just said we don't want to do it. Dekho, Maharashtra, everybody was caught off guard. In Maharashtra, ऐसा नहीं कि Congress is everybody's underperformed ना. NCP, Sharad Pawar, SS, UBT, everybody is gone now. It's secular decline. In fact, in Maharashtra, I think Congress will still survive. But what happens to Aditya Thackeray now? What happens to Supriya Sule? What happens to Sharad Pawar sahab? What happens to Uddhav Thackeray? Does the NCP merge back with the Congress? The Sharad Pawar faction? We don't know all these things, right? In fact, I was talking to somebody this morning. I was like, what if this becomes a Congress versus the rest situation now in Maharashtra? So Maharashtra is a tsunami. Everybody has been hit by. Congress their performance in Jharkhand is satisfactory, but Haryana is probably the biggest sore point this year for them. They should have won that state. They definitely should have won that state. At this point, I think the BJP will reassert itself. But what will be interesting to see is it an RSS-led BJP that reasserts itself, or is it a Modi-led BJP that reasserts itself? Because look at the two elections, okay? The place where the RSS people were doing the work, Maharashtra, they won handsomely. The state where Amit Shah's man, Hemanta Biswa Sarma, was leading the campaign, they've lost the election. So those are internal dynamics that we don't know. But definitely this puts BJP in a much stronger position. If not for Jharkhand, I would have also said that they may now start breaking parties in the parliament. It might still happen.
Right.
It might still happen. For example, I don't know what happens to the 8 MPs that the Sharad Pawar NCP faction has in the parliament now.
Yes.
Do they stay intact? What happens to the 9 MPs that the SSUBT has in the parliament? Do they stay intact? Or do they cross over? So we don't know answers to these questions. So definitely the BJP has a lot to be happy about as the year ends. And we are now off. We just have one Delhi election before the next big election in Bihar next winter. But otherwise, I think the BJP will definitely be ending the year on a high after the setback of the summer.
Let's come to the judiciary now. A very important pillar of the Indian democracy. A pillar that has faced a lot of criticism for what many call being partial and its lack of independence in recent years. This year, D.Y. Chandrachud retired from the judiciary after being Chief Justice of India for 2 years, bringing curtains down on a 20-odd year career. At the start of 2024, then CJI Chandrachud gave the verdict in the electoral bonds case. A landmark judgment, one must say. A scheme brought in by the Modi government that permitted anonymous donations to political parties was termed unconstitutional by a 5-judge constitution bench of the Apex Court. The court, visibly agitated at the State Bank of India, which was the sole issuer of these electoral bonds towards the end of the hearing, the Supreme Court ordered that each detail be made public. The verdict led to a large chunk of data come out. Several digital and independent media outlets reported on not just who the donors were, the amount they donated to political parties, but more importantly, the chronology, as they say, that led to their donations, shedding light on what looked like clear examples of quid pro quo. D.Y. Chandrachud also faced his share of criticism in the last 2 years, particularly with this image, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. PM Modi visited the residence of Chandrachud and performed Ganesh Aarti. The video of this went viral on social media and triggered polarizing reactions. Chandrachud later said there was nothing wrong in this meeting. He emphasized rather on the importance of dialogue between the judiciary and executive. Those against this meeting said this was a clear violation of the Code of Conduct Guide of Judges. Many legal experts said such a meeting sends out a very wrong message, particularly when the judiciary is expected to be independent, even as the executive, which is led by the Prime Minister, is the biggest litigant in the Supreme Court. The incident also raised larger questions on where does a judge draw a line with regards to its interactions with politicians. Later, another oral remark of Justice Chandrachud from 2022 also stirred a controversy. A bench headed by then Chief Justice Chandrachud had allowed the survey of the Gyanvapi Mosque to go on, a site which the Hindu side claims was a temple. This, despite the 1991 Places of Worship Act not permitting any more Mandir Masjid disputes. Chandrachud had remarked during the hearing that while the 1991 Act freezes the religious character status of all places of worship as on 15th August 1947, there can be no bar asserting religious character. That is what Chandrachud had said then. Several eminent legal experts said Chandrachud's comments opened a Pandora's box. In recent months, several Hindu outfits have approached various courts contesting that some mosques that stand today were built on the remains of a temple. In Uttar Pradesh's Sambhal, 5 people died and several were injured as tensions erupted over a court-mandated survey of a mosque there. Currently, the Supreme Court has put a bar on fresh suits involving the Places of Worship Act. Last but not the least, let's talk about women's safety. 2024 saw several instances of heinous crimes against women. The horrific rape and murder of a young doctor at Kolkata's R.G. Kaur Hospital shook the nation. Several protests erupted in parts of the country demanding justice for the victim and safer workplaces for women. The matter, of course, subsequently went to the court. Devastated parents of the R.G. Kaur rape and murder victim say they don't have confidence in the CBI-led probe and they have moved to High Court seeking fresh investigation into the matter. In Maharashtra's Badlapur, a 24-year-old sweeper was accused of raping 2 nursery girls. The accused was later killed in a police encounter as outrage mounted. Questions were asked of the respective state governments, Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal and the Mahayuti government, which was headed by Eknath Shinde then in Maharashtra. Unfortunately, justice still remains a far-fetched dream. As netas continue to engage in a political slugfest, and amidst all of this, women's safety still remains an issue. That's all we have for this episode of Simply Put. Do like and share this video, comment and let us know what your biggest takeaways from 2024 were in the comment section. And of course, subscribe to HW News English on YouTube for more such videos. And here's wishing all our viewers a very happy new year in advance. Thanks for watching.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.